Good morning, headmaster, teachers, and students. I'm Miss Winnie Ng, an English teacher in the local stream. Other than teaching, my other important role in life is nurturing the 4 little children in my family. As a mother of 4, I'm especially alert to news related to families, and whenever I hear or read any news about child abuse, I feel deeply saddened. These are the cases of child abuse I've read about. From the headlines and pictures, you can see how those caregivers of the abused children have mistreated them with all kinds of violence. And I believe many of you share my feelings of anger and grief towards the misfortunes of those children. While I could never imagine how those grown-ups could treat those children so cruelly, deep in my heart, I've asked myself the questions. Even if I love my children so much and don't physically punish them, have I hurt them unnecessarily in other ways when I punish them for their wrong behavior or when they don't live up to my expectations? In particular, have I actually broken their hearts with the words I use? Students, I can admit to you that sometimes I lose my patience and scold my kids, but I can also tell you that every time that happens, I do regret about my strong use of words. These expressions are what experts have found to be the most common accusations parents in Hong Kong have made to their children. While now you might be laughing at the use of such words, I myself deliberately avoid saying them to my kids. Why? Because I know the incredible power of words and the potential harm that they can bring. Indeed, throughout these years of my motherhood, I've been learning how to be mindful of my words to my kids. Words can be damaging to the mind as physical blows to the body. Be careful what you say. You can say something hurtful in 10 seconds, but 10 years later, the wounds are still there. Words cut deeper than knives. A knife can be pulled out, but words are embedded into our souls. Boys, these are not just quotes by philosophers or poets, but are truths that can be supported by research and real-life experiences. According to psychologists, words can have traumatizing effects on people. The words we say to others can profoundly influence their emotional states, thoughts, and even their behavior. Unkind or abusive words can literally be used as weapons, adversely affect self-esteem, or talk someone into acts of self-harm. In one psychological study, clients in their 60s and 70s could still recall the exact words and phrases that belittled and hurt them in their childhood. These people still carry in their heads the abusive messages they received from their significant others long ago. From the study, we can see that words that criticized, judged, taunted, shamed, or blamed can still linger in people's minds years later. The messages remain powerful because they were once spoken by families and friends who were supposed to be safe and trustworthy. As said, if words can be likened to weapons, is our campus weapon-free? I can tell you that in my last 3.5 years here in DBS, I've heard from at least 5 parents who shared with me how their sons had got verbally attacked. One parent even told me how her cheerful son had got diagnosed as having depression because of the hurtful words of his classmates. Those parents asked me the same question. Has DBS taught students how to show respect to others? Students, if you were me, how you answer that question? Boys, here I'm not telling you to remain quiet at all times. While negative words can hurt, positive words can actually heal people. Words that are compassionate and non-judgmental can have the power to calm, soothe, and reground people. Loving words of encouragement can give us hope, enhance our self-esteem, and enable us to take healthy risks in life. Boys, do think carefully before you say anything when you interact with others. Also, keep in mind that when you text someone on your smartphone, your word choice is even more important, as your tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language are all missing. Remember, words can heal, but words can heal. According to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Encouraging and uplifting words have the power to build people up, whereas insulting and critical words can break people down. Let's be careful about what we say to our families, friends, and loved ones. Thank you.